Number of boating accidents this year is Poisson variable with variance 0.1. And insurance reimburses only the first accident. Let Y be the number of unreimbursed accidents. So policyholder has this year, and let P be the probability function of Y. Find P of Y. So let X be the number of accidents, and we're already given that Y is the number of unreimbursed accidents. So only the first accident is reimbursed. So now, if the number of accidents is 0, then there are no unreimbursed accidents because there are no accidents to begin with. So then Y will be 0. And if the number of accidents is 1, then that one is reimbursed because the first accident is reimbursed. And again, the number of unreimbursed accidents would be 0 in this case. So Y will be 0 when X is 0 or 1. But then as soon as X is 2, 3, 4, or so on, then for example, if we have 2 accidents, then there will be one unreimbursed accident, one will be reimbursed and one will not. So one less than 2. And if there are 3 accidents, then there will be 1 reimbursed and 2 unreimbursed. So the number of unreimbursed is 1 less than 3. Similarly, if there are 4 accidents, then 3 of them would be not reimbursed. Only 1 will be reimbursed. So then the unreimbursed will be 4 minus 1. So in general, if the total number of accidents is X, then the unreimbursed accidents will be X minus 1 when X is 2, 3, 4, and so on. And for X is equal to 0 and 1, we've already seen that Y will be 0. So now, for a Poisson variable, mean and variance are the same. We're given that the variance of X is 0.1, so mean will also be 0.1. So therefore, the probability function for X would be 0.1 power X, e power negative 0.1 over X factorial. We know for Poisson, it's mean power X, e power negative mean divided by X factorial. So now we want to find out the probability function of Y. So let's from 0, because obviously Y will also be 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, because Y is the number of unreimbursed accidents. So probability Y is equal to 0 equals probability X is equal to 0 or 1, because Y is 0 when X is 0 or 1. So that means f of 0 plus f of 1. So f of 0 is just e power negative 0.1, and f of 1 would be 0.1 e power negative 0.1. And that sums up to 1.1 e power negative 0.1. This is 1 e negative 0.1, and this is 0.1 e negative 0.1. So 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. And probability Y is equal to 1 is the same as probability X is equal to 2, because 2 accidents means one of them will be not reimbursed. So probability X equals 2 means f of 2. So that's 0.1 square e to the negative 0.1 over 2 factorial. So similarly, probability Y equals 2 would be equal to probability X equals 3. So that's f of 3. That's 0.1 cube e to the negative 0.1 over 3 factorial. So now we see the pattern that the P of X, so if you, they're using Y here, so P of Y will always be equal to 0.1 power Y plus 1, because when we have 1 here, we have 0.1 power 2. When we have 2 here, we have 0.1 power 3. And then it's always e to the negative 0.1. And in the bottom, again, we have Y plus 1 factorial, because when we had 1 here, we had 2 factorial. When we have 2 here, we have 3 factorial. So in general, for Y is equal to 1, 2, 3, and this is only for Y is equal to 1 onwards, because Y is equal to 0 is separate, this one. So from Y is equal to 1, 2, 3 onwards, P of Y was always 0.1 power Y plus 1 e to the negative 0.1 over Y plus 1 factorial. And now combine this with P of 0, which we already found. And that gives us this as the probability function. And for y is equal to 0, we have 1.1 e to the negative 0.1. And for y equals 1, 2, 3, we have this. And this was choice A.